Very good morning, children. Today in English workbook, let's start a new chapter. Chapter 5, The Seasons. So it's a poem about seasons. So we have learned about seasons in our earlier classes. How many seasons are there? We learned that there are 4 main seasons and they are summer, spring, autumn, winter, and we also have the rainy season. So it's a poem about the seasons. So let's have a look. It tells us, the spring begins in full colors, everywhere sweet smelling flowers. So this is a sentence about spring. How is the weather in spring season? It is neither hot nor cold. So it's a pleasant climate in the spring season. So here it is said, the spring begins in full colors, and usually we can see that in spring season many flowers blossom. So the spring begins in full colors. It's always colorful. Everywhere sweet smelling flowers, and we can see everywhere sweet smelling flowers. In which season? In the spring season. Then comes the hot summer. Temperature makes people slimmer, and then comes the next season, that is the summer season. And what is the weather in the summer season? It's so hot. And what is it telling here? Temperature makes people slimmer. So the temperature, that is the hot temperature, makes people slimmer. Here it means, slim means actually it is thin. But here it refers to in winter season it's so cold, and even in the spring season people use woolen clothes like jackets, sweaters, etc. So when it is so hot in the summer season, people use fewer clothes. That is why it's said like this, temperature makes people slimmer. Quickly cools the rainy season. It's quite pleasing as people reason. And after the summer season comes the rainy season. And what does the rainy season do? It quickly cools. It cools the atmosphere. So it said that quickly cools the rainy season. It's quite pleasing as people reason. And people are pleased with the rainy season. The icy winds and snow signal winter. People put on woolens and still they shiver. And it said that in the winter season, it is icy winds and snow that signals winter. And so in the winter season, we can see icy winds and snow everywhere. And people put on woolens. People use woolen clothes to get rid of the cold. And still they shiver because of the cold. So this is all about the poem. Now let's start reciting the poem. You can open your text. Page number 29. Chapter 5, The Seasons. Reading comprehension. Read the poem and answer the questions which follow. The spring begins in full colors, everywhere sweet smelling flowers. So you can see in the spring season, everywhere sweet smelling flowers. Then comes the hot summer. Temperature makes people slimmer. So after the spring season comes the summer season, and it's so hot in the summer season, and that makes the people look slimmer. Quickly cools the rainy season. It's quite pleasing as people reason. The icy winds and snow signal winter. People put on woolens and still they shiver. So this is all about the poem. You can read the poem 2 times and let's answer the questions. So let's move on to page number 30. First we have tick the correct option to complete each sentence. So the first question, in spring we see flowers everywhere, nowhere, somewhere. Second question, the smell of flowers is dash, bad, bitter, sweet. Third, summer is a dash season, lovely, hot, cold season. Fourth, the rains dash everything, cool, freeze, burn. Fifth one, even after wearing woolens, people dash in winter, shake, shiver, sweat. So let's look at the answers. First question, in spring we see flowers everywhere. So you can tick the option everywhere. Second one, the smell of flowers is sweet. So tick on the option sweet. Third, summer is a hot season. Fourth one, the rains dash everything, the rains cool everything. Fifth, even after wearing woolens, People dash in winter. People shiver in winter. Should tick the correct options. Next, we have answer these questions. So, you can write down here in the space provided itself. So, let's look at the questions. The first question, what does temperature do to the people according to the poet? So, the question is already given in the text. You can write down the answer. As people wear fewer clothes, temperature makes people slimmer. Now, let's move on to our second question. How do people feel in the rainy season? And the answer, during rainy season, people feel cool and quite pleased. And the last question, what signals the start of the winter season? And the answer, icy winds and snow signals the start of winter. So that's all for today. Read the poem 2 times. We'll be meeting in the next class with the grammar. So thank you.